I was going to leave, I would have done that many years ago for many reasons. Nah, that never crossed my mind.
Well, it's Sunday morning, and I am driving up to the border again with Lebanon. It's right up that way. I'm coming up to Shalomi, so I'm very close to the border, and there's a military checkpoint coming up. Lots of checkpoints out here. I want you to be safe. There's a 30-foot concrete T-wall fence along the border on the top of that ridge out my window here, and that obviously represents the border. There, the side of the mountain between me and the fence is very burned. Whoops. I think I might have just taken a wrong turn here. Those are banana plantations. I have to stop recording every time I go through a checkpoint. There's an observation balloon up there in the sky. That's interesting. These orchards need to be harvested, but they are empty. There's no workers. So I'm going to meet with a mayor of this kibbutz and find out what life is like on the northern border. This kibbutz sits only a couple kilometers from the Mediterranean Sea back there, and only about 2 kilometers from the Lebanese border. And so while it normally has 1,400 people living here, now they're down to just 100 essential personnel that are here to keep the farm running and take care of external security. And the real question is, what is the new normal going to look like? Because many of the people who live here are saying they're tired of living under the threat from Hezbollah, which can launch rockets over here in a matter of seconds at any time. And it hasn't been just for the last 3 weeks. This has been going on for years.
My name is Betty Tzvi, and I'm a resident of Metzuba. I've lived here for many years. I was going to leave, I would have done that many years ago for many reasons. Nah, that never crossed my mind. We've been through so many wars here. There have been so many different types, and I kind of got used to it. And okay, I hear the rockets now and then. It doesn't matter if we're firing or they're firing. But what really bothers me now is when I want to come home sometimes and they close up the roads and I have to wait at a junction for 2 hours. Nothing will ever be the same again. More so in the south. And I can understand families that lived like all along that area near the Gaza Strip, families that have said that they are not going to return there, which I can sympathize with them entirely. Let's hope it won't be the same for good reasons, because they're hoping in the south to clean up the Hamas, no more Hamas. They're even talking about no more shelters in the south. Like, really, that's a dream. But they're talking about a new south. So maybe it won't be the same for good reason. They need to go hard and completely fix this problem. We've given in so many times. Every operation we start, and then we're requested ceasefire, and then there's a lot of things to consider with that, world opinion, citizens, and then it stops, and then within very little time, it starts up again. But this time, with all those atrocities, and they have to finish up. And they said it's going to take a while, and I'm sure it will. And we just have to be patient, but you can't live in a country where there's always a threat.
So I just left a kibbutz called Metzuba, which is only a couple kilometers from the border with Lebanon, and there's only about 100 people left in the kibbutz. These are essential workers, security personnel, soldiers, and people who are there to keep the animals from dying. They have some chicken farms, and they obviously can't just abandon hundreds of thousands of chickens. So there are people that are staying there to do that, and there are a few people who just refuse to leave. Most of the village, though, it had 1,400 people to begin with, and they have left and are now being put up in hotels under a government program that pays for them to evacuate. But now they're having to think about, what do we do for our kids' school? And they're setting up kindergartens in the hotels and things like that, volunteering to do it. People just volunteering to help out however they can. The real question is, how do they know when it's safe to come back? Because nothing's really changed between Israel and Hezbollah on the northern border, but after October 7th, nothing will be the same.